This is so stupid.
Oh, tell me about it. It's the whole concept of the show.
Would you please welcome from a place called Winnipeg?
I don't even know if they even allow us to play this song anymore.
They're not saying anything at this point. It'd be a good problem to have.
Hold on. Is Ride Froze one? And Dave, do you have Marcellus Wallace's briefcase there? Do that again. Do what you just did. What's in there? Is that the soul?
I just have this weird little disco light I'm playing with. I don't know. I'm just aiming it at the camera.
Why does Ribo's glasses look like 3D from Back to the Future?
Ribo's a frozen Paul Schaefer.
Don't say that.
We don't know if we're allowed to have our intro anymore due to YouTube laws. So we might have to adopt our new intro, which is this. If you guys can, it's not going to come up. Jeez Louise, I got to figure it out on this. Hold on a second. No dead air, and here it is. Here's our new intro. Hold on a second. Here it is.
Bottle of pills.
Wait. That could be our new entrance now.
It's almost as good as that Guess Who song.
It is, man. You'd think after 20. Hey, by the way, congratulations on Winnipeggers' 25th episode right here, right now. You think it'd be more adept on the console, but hey, I'm a athlete and a musician, not a tech guy.
Yeah, you're doing great. 25. That's
Thanks,
a big
man.
milestone. Yeah, no worries. It's all about being friendly.
25. Yeah. Cheers, guys, for being alive in 25.
Lots of stuff going on this week. 25th. Yeah. Cheers.
Lots of stuff going on this week. There's announcements, and there's flyers being delivered, newspapers, coupons being handed out. Can you think of anything else that's going on this week, Ribo?
Well, today the airing is Ukrainian Christmas is today.
Nice.
That's why I'm wearing the ugly Christmas sweater. It's actually kind of a nice one. But
yeah, that works.
Yeah.
You grabbed your hair when you did that, I think. We're the worst.
We're looking for someone doing our live show, which will be next week, by the way, and it's going to be a flying hair contest.
Yeah. Well, no.
Let's talk about the real thing that's going on this week. Speewee's birthday.
Birthday.
You guys remembered.
We did.
Of course.
We did remember.
Oh, that's so touching. Yeah.
We did remember.
That's nice. Yeah.
How do you feel about your birthday, Dave? It's nice.
I haven't enjoyed that for a long time, to be honest. I mean, you get older, it's just another year closer to death. I'm not a big fan of birthdays in general. Who cares? Yeah, it's everybody has one. It's not a big deal. Not to get too crazy here. I know you want me to rant, but I really hate the birthday song. I really hate the birthday song. Does anybody actually feel comfortable when you're singing it with people surrounding the cake?
It's funny because Ribo and I have this planned for you, and a 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
You're making me feel so awkward. Thank you.
You see Wallace harmonies, Ribo?
Birthday, dear Dave. It's always no one ever knows what key to sing it in, and it's always starts off rough.
You were singing a Wallace harmony there. And you know what else happens too is that people always start singing too high. That's the problem. Like you said, no one knows what key to start it in, and they always start too high. It's like, right. Happy birthday, but they go, happy birthday, and most people can't do that, right?
Well, and that's why that song has to go. I'm done with birthdays in general. I don't throw my own birthday parties. I did that one time at the lake, and a lot of people didn't come that I invited. And Ryan showed up with like 10 hippies, and he took over my party. Literally, I remember I was playing drums in a jam, and I just looked around, and everybody's high-fiving him and just hugging him, and I was like, I can't believe it. He came and took over my entire birthday party. And remember the song, Ryan? It's like, Ryan threw a party, regular party. Ryan threw a party. Ryan stole my dreams. And over and over and over through till 5 a.m. till my neighbors burnt their places down for insurance, which happens there. Hey, talking about my lake area, I want to give just a quick, I know we're not talking about the fans yet, but quick shout out to Jamie and Jessica from the Interlake, Eastern Interlake in Manitoba. They've been big fans of the show, and I've been promising them to give them a shout out for weeks. I keep forgetting, so I got that over with. There we go.
And what's their names again?
Jamie and Jessica. They're on Spring Hill or Whitey Road, I think.
Well, don't give their address.
Oh. That's okay. Nobody will find this stuff.
Their phone number is 204-361.
Social insurance number is up next.
Listen, Jamie and Jenny, they might want to check out our sponsor
Jamie
this
and
week.
Jessica. Yeah.
Jamie and Jessica, great sponsor this week. A Winnipeg original, sponsored by Pic-a-Pop. Amazing people there at Pic-a-Pop. There's 2 or 3 locations across Canada at this point, and they have just the best selection of pop, which is what we call soda in Canada. Am I right, Dave?
You are, and they're extra sanitizing with the whole pandemic, so you need not worry, because it is just a bottle that would be under hot water and then recapped with new cream soda, but they're really putting a lot of effort in, and there's some serious cleaning, so don't worry. Order from Pic-a-Pop. I think the main location is still down on St. Mary's Avenue in beautiful Winnipeg, Manitoba, or St. Mary's Road.
They have every flavor you can want, like you said, cream soda, root beer, grape, strawberry, and the brand new flavor, hand sanitizer flavor, which is going over like hotcakes right now. And they got hot cake flavor as well.
And I personally prefer Dr. CC over Dr. Pepper. It's much better.
So they would have their own versions of different sodas. So it was Dr. CC instead of Dr. Pepper.
Dr. CC instead of Dr. Pepper. I can't remember any of the other ones.
Oh man,
all that that wasn't supposed to stop the show.
Yeah, he said the lime word. He said the L word. He said the L word.
It was a place you could go, and when we grew up in the 70s and 80s, and it was so popular they had a competition. It was Pic-a-Pop versus Pop Shop.
Pop Shop,
and that's Pop Shop SHOPPE. So they had an extra twist there, and it was much like Pepsi or Coke, Beatles or Stones. You had to choose with your family which one you were, and we were a Pop Shop family. How about you, Rob? What were you?
We were the Pop Shop originally, but then I think Pic-a-Pop came in, and then you could pick one of those instead. So I don't know. I think Pop Shop kind of. I don't know. What do you think, Dave? What do you think?
I was a Pic-a-Popper, man. I never went near the Pop Shop. I thought the Pop Shop came in after the Pic-a-Pop, but I could sit there, put down my Pic-a-Pop on Polo Park Inn, have the best Pic-a-Pop sip I've ever had in my Pic-a-Pop. It was a perfect day in Pic-a-Pop world.
How would Lon say Pic-a-Pop?
Pic-a-pop. Yeah. I
think the Pop Shop had the
big fan of the show. We love you. He won't watch anymore. We have too many inside jokes. He said
this is one of them. Go ahead, Rybo.
The Pop Shop had the stubby bottles, so it was kind of like
right.
It's almost like drinking beer back then,
And actually, I think we actually pretended that root beer was Pic-a-Pop was beer. When we were playing JoJo and Biff Biff. But then what you would do is you would, like what Dave was referring to earlier, is you would take the soda, you would finish it, and then you would put the bottle back into the milk carton that the bottles came in. Then you would take the bottles back to Pic-a-Pop or Pop Shop, and then you would choose a whole other round of any type of pop that you wanted.
Isn't it amazing how they figured that out?
How could this not still be a thing?
Well, they do a great job of cleaning, and it's quality Pic-a-Pop. The quality pop.
The quality of this Pic-a-Pop is just amazing. Speaking of quality, great to see that at New Year's Eve in Times Square, the most crowded place in the world, that Jay Paz was there in Times Square, New York City, and look what he's wearing. A DSP Dave Spivak toque. And boy, tell us about the quality, Dave.
This quality of this toque, there's nothing even close to it. This is embroidered. It's not some stick-on. There's a great seam. There's three seams 3 seams. And what I've been told is they're triple stitched. The tag inside doesn't bother the cranium. Very, very smooth. The gent in the photo that's wearing it is actually a linesman in the NFL, and he travels around and wears it, and he's been tagging me in the photos. So it's pretty cool. So I get to I've been in New York City, I've been all over the place, and you could too be wearing one of these too. Go ahead, Chris.
Can I just ask a question at this point? Is he really called an NFL linesman?
I don't know. Yeah.
Is that the word that they use?
Yeah, it's a ref. Yeah, whatever. He works for the NFL.
I don't think it's called a linesman. I'm not sure that's the name of it.
I think it is, man. I think it is. But if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow. But either way, we'll just edit it and whatever is right or wrong.
Great stuff and amazing
Thank
stuff.
you.
This is from Spewy Memes, which we love. We love Spewy Memes. He puts up some great stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget, if you want a high-quality Spewy too, go to Dave_Spivak_project_. 3 underscores.
On the Instagram.
One for each seam.
Or James Spivak Facebook.
Keep up the good work, Dave. Well, there's fucking 3 of us, man. The
I can't
funny
help that.
stories from your guys' childhood teens are always great. For some reason, I always get a laugh when you guys start dropping the names of guys I've never heard of. Warren Rumpel. You know who else loves the name Warren Rumpel?
Scotty Ian.
Scotty Ian.
Loves it.
Scotty Ian loves the name Warren Rumpel because when we were kids, we waited for Anthrax to come out of the hotel, and Warren Rumpel asked Scott why he had the word "not" shaved in his chest hair, and he said, "Is that ton backwards because you guys are so heavy?" And Scotty Ian said, "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life," and fucking walked away.
Dumbest thing I ever heard.
And he still remembers it. That's great.
And he's like, Warren Rumpel. He loves Warren Rumpel. So guys, just so you know, the rental period for the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1 ends in 42 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got to get going, man. Sorry.
That's just our responsibility at Winnipeggers to bring you the news. So
I'm glad that didn't say a deep throat or something. Deep throat. Yeah. Back when pornos were pornos, damn it.
Acting.
Here comes one from Jeff Shinsky. He says, "Good Winnipegger so far. I need more angry, annoyed Speewee. He's on edge, and it's hilarious. I promise I will never use the other word that starts with an L, but is LMAO okay. I might drop an espresso shot into my coffee just for Ribo. If I get a Speewee a t-shirt that just reads nom nom, will that send him completely over the edge, or will he see the humor? What do you think?"
Well, I'd probably kill myself with it. I mean, it would be a great way to go out, right? A year older, just some chlorophyll, or I guess that doesn't kill yourself. It didn't kill me. Didn't kill me last night. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, nom nom sucks. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You know, here's my dinner. I put all this work into it. I got avocados, I got some peppers, and they go on, right? And it's on a Facebook post, and then hashtag nom nom. And I literally can't believe it. It's kind of like, are you sucking on your thumb? Did you have a little poop in your diaper? Nom nom drives me absolutely crazy. I do get a little heated up from trying to calm down tonight, but nom nom's the gotta go. It's the worst thing. And we had a whole list of things that we were talking about. And, you know, and I'm not trying to think about things, but there's a lot of things bothering me. So, can we change subjects from nom nom? That was nice. Sure. Or do you have more fan mail? Actually, just go to more fan mail. I get too heated up.
If you got something to say, let me hear it, Spew.
All right, well, I can't stand the Instagram fitness models that I constantly are sponsored ads. My whole feed is sponsored ads of fitness girls, and it's like they're always say in their bio, mental health professional as well. Really? Take me on and see how well you do. All right. Professional. I want names. If you could counsel us 3, then you got some good references. Okay, like how I threw you guys in there.
So you don't like the internet models with like the filters and all that?
Yeah, the filters and just the stupid things, and they're working out. It's like you really just like imagine going to a gym today. How it used to be when we went to the gym. 100 years ago, but the old days of the gym, it's like you're just working out, you're taking some Smilex under the tongue, you're high-fiving some dudes, you're having a good old time, and now it's like somebody's there with their camera and they're posing and they're doing all this stuff in a gym, and it's just, I don't know, man, I'm getting too old for this world, I guess, well, you know, with the birthday and everything, but that does get under my goat completely. Fitness models, Yeah, you got to stop it. I mean, I don't want to keep going. I don't want to take over the show. We do have subjects and stuff, but that is that's one of the big ones. I don't like it when somebody sends me a message that asks me a question either. I don't like questions, actually. I can't stand having any type of questions. And it's always some kind of like last minute thing. It's like, well, here's an email, and then weather's been weird here. How's the weather there? Where it's like, oh, you made me have to answer. It would have been fine just to heart it or like it or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't have anybody in general I'm talking about, but just who's asking me the weather? Just Google it, really. Unless you're over 80. Don't ask me any questions about anything you can't find on Google. That drives me crazy. But if you're over 80, you're an angel, you can contact me. I'll take care of you.
Like every question you ask us, Dave, when's the Finland-Canada game?
The what?
The Finland-Canada World Junior game. By the time
I only did that once. You're the worst on the group text that way. Don't get started. You know it, too. Ambassador of the NHL.
I think it's okay to still ask people that you're talking with about something that can be answered on Google. You don't have to go to Google for every.
Okay, well, yeah. Thanks, Devil Advocate. Thanks.
Dave
I hate people that disagree with me as well. That's another thing that's really been bothering me lately.
Yeah. Imagine how short a show would be if it was things Dave liked. And that's a wrap. We're done.
Spit back kooks.
Yeah.
Spit back kooks.
Triple seam. 3 seams. Anything less than 3 sucks.
I got these two. If anybody's interested, just contact me after the show. They're beautiful, neon pink. I'm going to put Chip and Pepper out of business. I'm telling you it right now. This is some neon, 80s neon. We got some mesh back. Ryan has one of these. You'll never need a staple here. You'll never need a staple or a piece of tape to hold
put one
this
in
baby
anyway
together.
because I think it's cool, but
not sure.
This is a brand new one.
It had a staple in it though. Oh, it's so brand new.
Brand new. It's got a cardboard the insert, so you know it's going to be in good shape when it gets you. What I mean is sometimes this crap breaks, and then you got to take a staple. You know,
talk about the
good quality. It's good quality.
Talk about the quality of that cardboard insert, please. All right, so we decided
this thing changed my life.
Listen, we don't even need a topic today, man. The show's almost done, but I don't even know if we should go. I think we should save this other topic for another time and continue on Speedy's Rep. Dave, tell us about what was the birthday parties that you've had in the past.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've had them all, I guess. You know, as kids, you get together. I used to have a little panda suit my sister made for me. Les Marks was a hobo. Brad Letham was dressed up as Pac-Man or something. We're down there, bowling for apples. And that's, this was 1975 or 6, like way before COVID. So you could get right in the bucket and
you're
eat
dressing
some
up
apples.
in costumes for your birthday?
Yeah, I think I was a very selfish boy, and I wanted everyone to dress up for me. And that's when I stopped it with the birthdays. At 7 or 8, I went, that was too much. I was Dave Kardashian in 1974. And I had this, huge shaker, and everybody dressed up like it was Halloween for my birthday because that's what I wanted. Ugh. What a loser!
And now you're like Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Rival. One time I dressed up as Halloween on Halloween, and I got turned into a savage pumpkin.
Oh man, that sucks. That always happens.
Hey, are we gonna discuss our video game?
I don't know, but we're almost. The show is like by the time that this is going to be a monster show, we might have gone to a different world here. Maybe we should talk. I think we should talk about birthday parties.
Well, I don't have any real stories except for that one. I've never really thrown a party except for the
party.
Oh no, I mean it's the big weird.
I had Kedzo the clown when I was 6 years old. I still remember that Kedzo the clown.
Kedzo, nice.
Yeah.
Was it Bobcat Goldthwait?
I'm a clown.
Clowns are really scary. No kid should ever have that for their birthday or anything like that. Birthdays are. I love birthdays. I got no qualms, but they're great.
All right. So here's the thing. We've already got 20 minutes here. We're at the crossroads. I ain't talking about Eric Clapton. Do we go into our topic, which is going to make a monster show, or do we continue with others? I think we got some birthday stuff here. It's up to you. Dave, it's your show. You're the birthday boy.
Oh, thanks, man. I mean, we could talk and try to sell some more of my merch. We could talk birthdays. We could then go off the air and then do another episode with what our topic was.
Well, we have a great topic for old school video games.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can do it in like 10, 12 minutes. I mean, we might, but I mean, it seems like we're wasting, I think we should maybe talk about birthdays maybe.
All right. Well,
or
yeah,
not.
that'd be great.
Whatever you guys want to do. Ribo, you're the lukewarm water. Where should we go?
if it's
I'm not prepared for birthday talk.
let's do the video games because mine is so fast. I'll tell you right now.
All right, do the Dave Spivak. We're talking about old school video games. Here's the thing.
Boom. We're gonna 10 minutes.
Everyone's been talking about the new PS5. I had to go literally through my nose to get the PS5 for Ash, my son. It was basically going to see Axel Foley, Axel on the side of the highway with a truck. And I was a big semi. And when I went to buy the PS5, the cops came and he floated away in the chains. His Neutron Dance was playing. But it wasn't always that way. Old school video games when we were kids is when the whole home video phenomenon first started. So, Dave, you say that you have a story or something.
I'm going to talk for about a minute and a half, and then we'll move on. But
there's no timeline.
I'll tell you about the video games.
You want.
Well, it's my birthday, so today there's a timeline.
Happy birthday.
No, I mean, I just remember video games way back. We got a VIC-20, okay? It took 3 minutes to load a game or 4 minutes. That was agonizing waiting for it.
The VIC-20 was
right?
a computer?
It was a computer that you could hook up video games. It had like floppy disk games and cartridge games. The later edition, I think, was the Commodore 64. There it is, the friendly computer. I think I beat this thing to death. It took so long to load a game. It drove a young Spivak, very angry young Spivak, crazy. So that really was where we started. And then growing up in Westwood in Winnipeg, we had the Village Inn by us, which is a hilarious place because it had video games. It was a pool alley, a bowling alley, and it had strippers. I mean, if you think about how strange that is, it's not like we grew up downtown. Like we were in a suburban area and we would just walk over to a place like that. And I would play a lot of games. I was the king of a game called Gorf. At my cabin at Albert Beach, there was an outdoor arcade that I hung out in. And this is I don't know if it's a great story, but there was this weird kid who was like the worst breath you've ever smelt in your entire life. It just covered in acne. He's a nice kid, but he hung out. He smoked cigarettes. He's like 12 or 13 years old. And he hung out at the arcade. And his name was Brady. We called him Bad Breath Brady. And he had the high score for Donkey Kong. And I would go in like crazy and play this game to try to beat this kid. And every time I was about to beat him, he would come up, and he was a nice kid, with encouraging words. I hope you can beat it. And kind of you'd get a little bit of the blow from the breath. And it was just so, it was one of those things where, again, I don't want to keep talking about the pandemic because people are sick of it, but I wish that there was a pandemic and Brady had a mask on. I just want to say, because Bad Breath Brady would literally he's making my eyes water right now. Imagine a young Spivak, looking pretty slim, by the way, good looking kid. Sun in the hair, a little sun in, a Sarasota in my hand, maybe a little buzz from having 7 or 12 or 50 of them to get a little bit of a tickle. And then there's this weird Bad Breath Brady in there just trying to spoil my dreams. And by the way, that's if you're playing golf with somebody, you're competing for money. Oh, yeah, that's a really good shot. Just overdo it. They'll fall apart in the next hole. So he knew what he was doing. He threw the Spivak off his game. I'm done my story. That old school video games. Thank God they're gone.
Guy's using his breath to his advantage.
Just wait until Ribo runs into Bad Breath Brady on the streets of Winnipeg. It's going to be a very awkward time. And on top of that, just so you know, Dave, Gorf was not a video game about golf.
No, that's right. I know that. Yeah, I know that.
Gorf on golf.
Yeah, no. I was just saying, in golf, like psychologically, you would say to the person you're playing, "Good job." You throw him off. That's what Bad Breath Brady was doing. He was getting under the Spivak's skin. He was giving me some McEnroe shit with the tennis. He was getting into my head with his bad breath, and that's all that I really have about video games. I don't play them much. Not really into the whole gamer thing. I don't want to upset people because there's a lot of gamers that watch this show, but get off the couch, go outside. There's a whole world out there. Get the serotonin going. Go for a walk. That's what I say.
Yeah. So basically your experience was the arcade at Grand Marais, right? Is that it? And I think
right.
there was a mini golf course right next to there, so I could see I could get Gorf and golf mixed up.
Right.
But yeah, I never played a lot of video games either, but my family had the Pong console, which was probably the first video game ever. It just had the bink, ding.
Yeah.
dink, this little square ball that would go back,
Yep.
hit there, and then go over here, and then
Kev brought it out in the 90s. I played your brother. He brought it out in the 90s. We played for like a day or something. Anyway, sorry, go on. I just remember that now. Yeah.
Actually, for how simple it is, it's a pretty good game. You can make it a little bit harder, it would go faster, or you can make the bats a little bit smaller. You had all these different games. You had like, hockey, which had like maybe 2 players, or 2-player tennis. You could have
2
like
sticks.
2 sticks, or against 2 sticks, or whatever it was.
Bone to bone.
But then it was funny because after that we had the Atari came out had the joystick. There's all those Battle Zone, Centipede, and I think you had Atari, didn't you, Chris?
I had Atari, yeah, because then once again it was a division between Atari people and Intellivision people.
That's right.
You were one or the other, but I was an Atari guy, and what Ryan is talking about was that joystick, right? That joystick would really fuck up your thumb. It would hurt your hand holding that thing in your hand. And they would actually give you, I think they would call it joystick thumb or something like that.
That's an oxymoron.
I'm not kidding. That's a thing. I think you can look that up.
So, well, then that's the thing is Intellivision came out and had the disc. It had a little disc that you could use. And then after that, very cleverly enough, Coleco came out with a joystick that had the disc on the top.
Oh, yeah. Coleco took it one step further, didn't they?
That's right, man. They're learning from the mistakes of the prior generations.
Nice.
And I remember George Plimpton was the spokesman for Intellivision. And I just thought, what a pretentious dick. Like, why am I going to listen to a gray-haired George? You should play Intellivision. It's what the smart people play. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
I mean, I'd listen to Martha Plimpton, but not that guy.
Yeah, that's his daughter, I think.
Oh,
I think the smart people were playing the Commodores, okay? Because you had to learn before it was like a parental thing. Before you could load the game, you had to learn how to have a cursor just float across the screen by computerizing.
I was playing the
Commodores. Put this formula in. Whoop.
I was playing the Commodores just in general. She's a brick house.
Easy.
So
like
did
Sunday
you guys?
morning.
Did you guys have Intellivision or Atari rival or
we had
ColecoVision?
Intellivision, and then we graduated to Coleco. We bypassed the whole Atari, but we did have Pong. So I liked how they had like different names. You had like Space Invaders for Atari, and then Intellivision had Space Armada. You just changed the name a little bit, right? So everyone. But what about Qbert? Does Qbert still exist? I mean, because that was a great game. What a great game.
So I have this thing in my house that has like 70 video games. It's a stand-up machine, and it's got 70 or 80 video games from that era. And you can just go through and pick any of them. So I have Qbert on that, along with Kicks, Time Pilot, Congo Bongo, Oingo Boingo, the Danny Elfman Project, the Simpsons theme. I got them all.
Oingo Boingo from Lake Manitoba.
So here's my thing with Atari. So Atari 2600 is like, it's a very early video game, and it's it's okay. But the thing that always got me was the cover of the let's go full on. Was it Rage or Stone? The cover of the video game. Was that Rage?
That was Rage. Yeah.
Okay.
Video.
So they always put on this great looking cover. So when you bought it, you would think, okay, the Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's going to look like this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's literally going to be, and these are the guys at the bottom there. That's going to look like that. And it's going to be like a cartoon. And you get it. And it's literally 4 sticks. I ain't talking about Led Zeppelin. Ding, 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 ding. It's like a stick, like swinging across a pitch or whatever. And it was so bad, but it was good because it was the best that we had. But I remember looking at those video game covers and just going like, this is going to be awesome. And then you get it. It's like one line. Like in television hockey was one guy on top and one guy on bottom. And you would try and steal the ball or the puck, if they will. And it was just so stupid. Like it wasn't even close to getting what you were advertised, right?
It never was. The Commodore 64, when it came out September 7th of 1987, it had a really good video game called The World Games, and it was about as good as it got for then, and it was such a big difference, but it was nothing like anything that happened in the past 25 years.
Yeah. Well, and here's another thing. Did you guys ever hear about the E.T. video game?
No.
Oh, Phone Home was it called?
Well, that was the second one. No, the ET video game was so E.T. comes out and it's a surprise hit. And no one expected it. This is 1982 when video games had first started out, right? So they are super behind the eight ball. Worse than with Baby Yoda, where they did not expect it to be something. So now they're scrambling to get some merchandise out. So they hire these guys to make a video game for E.T. And they print up like 500,000 cartridges or whatever it is. And the video game looks like this. If you look close, see that little guy right there?
Yeah.
And the whole concept is like E.T. has to avoid these holes. And that's basically all you do. And it's been literally voted the worst video game of all time.
Nice.
Okay. So here's the thing. Because it was so terrible, they had like 457,000 ET video games left over. So they actually went into the Nevada desert and buried them. So 30 years later, people were like building a house, and it's like not poltergeist where they're finding bones and dead bodies. It's like, what is this square thing with ET on it? And why is there 400,000 of them in my basement?
Wow.
If anybody wants to send one to the show, if they can find one, I would love something like that. I bet you there's a drug you could take to play that would make that interesting. Just something just tells me. It'll be from the Netherlands, but we'll find it.
That's our next live show. We'll take shrooms and play the ET video game.
Don't fall in the hole. Don't fall in the hole. It's like a really bad
phone home. Guys, I mean, we could talk for hours about this stuff. It's all great stuff. But once again, like I said, we've been on such a roll. I'd like to say I actually want to do a whole show about the Ville because that's a whole ecosystem unto itself. Yeah. But as we start to wind down here, don't forget to go to the amazing Pic-a-Pop location still on Furby Street, Albert Street. I think there's one in Blood Vein up in the reserves. So come on down and enjoy a fine Pic-a-Pop. Rybo, what was your favorite flavor? Do you recall?
Blue.
They had that. It was blue raspberry was a flavor.
Oh,
Dave,
really?
What was your favorite?
Mine was cream soda. I could knock those babies back like the day was long, man. I'd just sit in my lawn chair, baby oil all over me, tinfoil surrounding, sucking back a few sugars. That's what I called them back then.
You were hot back then,
stupid
too.
As shit. Oh, at 8 years old? Fuck, there was nothing hotter than me.
That was pre-male models.
I was stopped on the streets of Chicago from a photographer who wanted me to model for him.
Your teeth were really white back then, weren't they?
There was a cost involved.
Yeah,
the typical thing. How many times do you guys get stopped on the street? I got stopped 12 times. Cost me $7,000. I would have went out with the birthday. I would have went out with a birthday song.
Oh, you ready? Let's do it. Let's go out with it. Ready, Rybo? You ready? Here we go. One,
still hating
2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
One of us needs
to you. We're on delay too, right?
One of us needs to jump out of a cake. Happy
birthday, dear David. Take it home, Rybo.
Happy birthday to you. Okay, that's the show.
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
Hey, Mr. President. All right,
you guys are making me soft in my old age. Brought a little tear to my Winsky.
You don't need anyone to help you get soft.
Great show as always, guys. Remember, next week, we are going to be live. We have no idea what it is. We might take mushrooms and play the ET video game.
What a great idea.
We might have a boner contest. We don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're contractually obligated to go live once a month, and the time has come. So thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. Episode 25. We've had over 175,000 listeners and views, and we promise to continue giving you the Worst
Good.
entertainment of the week.
Yeah. Send your stuff in. Let's get some more feedback going. We need more. We want to flood Chris with feedback. So 10 minutes before the show, he's scrambling around. It'll be great.
It was bad. I met some millionaire who said, "Oh, by the way, I got a sponsor for the next show."
Yeah, okay.
Guys, awesome. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week for Winnipeggers Live. We're gonna call it Winnipeggers Live. We have no idea what the fuck we're doing. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Phrases.
Phrases. You don't get any more live than that.